Okay, so you're in the middle of a race and it just hurts everywhere. You feel like I'm gonna throw up and pass out at the same time. And you're just dragging and you're not doing as well as you can. In fact, the race gets over, you had a slow time and you're like, what am I even doing here? I'm here to tell you it's not your fault. It's just how the neurons in your brain wire together. And most of the time, honestly, as weird as this sounds, they're trying to keep you safe. It's not your fault, it's okay. But I'm also here to tell you that you're not stuck. Today we're going to talk about step 1 in how to rewire your brain for success so that you can run faster times. I'm Dr. Nate. Welcome back to Speed Tribe, where we help you run your fastest times and live your best life. That's what we are all about. So how do we change our brain so success comes more naturally? Well, think of it this way. When you perform below your potential, it's kind of like having a computer virus in the software of your brain. You take out the virus and your brain is going to perform its proper function and you're going to run lights out. It's just naturally what's going to happen. Now, nothing we talk about here is shortcuts. It's all based on science and experience, and it's kind of like running itself. Like running is a relatively simple act, but you got to put in the work. If you don't put in the miles, if you don't put in the training, you're not going to run fast times. The same thing goes for mental strength. Step 1 today. You gotta recognize what's going on in your head. Believe it or not, part of what's going on with your performance is that you've got a voice running almost non-stop in your head. Now, some of you are very familiar with this. Others of you are like, what are you talking about, a voice? Like, you can make it talk right now. Go ahead and make the voice in your head say, hello, right? You can make it talk. But most of the time, the voice in your head is running commentary from what is called automatically generated thoughts. Just like your heart pumps blood and your stomach processes food, your brain thinks thoughts. It's what it does. You are not your thoughts. I know you think you are, but you're not. You're not your thoughts any more than you're the raspberry toast jam that's getting processed in your stomach. That's just a process of your body. Thoughts are just a process of your body. The problem when it comes to performance is some of these automatically generated thoughts are going to be uncomfortable and they're going to trigger a hormonal response, an emotional response in your body. It's going to cause a stress reaction. You're going to tighten up and your performance is going to be worse. You're going to choke and it's no fun. Like the fact that you have this voice in your head all the time, your brain running this nonstop commentary is kind of like having a roommate in your head. And again, it's been so long, sometimes you just don't even notice that it's there. Like, this roommate is weird though. True story, I had this roommate, I came home from college and he's there in our kitchen with a kitchen pan sitting in his lap full of hot water, and his girlfriend is shaving his face in our kitchen pot. It's so weird, man. I don't even know what to tell you. It's weird. The thing is, the thoughts you think are kind of on this train. It's just like a roommate doing weird crap all the time, and it's not that helpful. So step 1, if you're going to reprogram your brain for success, for faster times, for a better life, you've got to become aware of some of these automatically generated thoughts. What's going on here? And again, you can generate thoughts, but most of the time, and we'll talk about that in a future episode, but most of the time, these are just automatically generated things. They're just synapses firing and connections being made. And so all I need you to do on this first step is just notice what is going on in your head. Don't fight it. Don't try to change it. Just see what is actually happening. Most of the time, if you're paying attention, you're going to notice kind of 2 trends going on in your mind. One is this ongoing commentary about your external environment. Like, oh, look, a tree, or it's cold. And basically, your brain tries to do this so that you can control more of this outside environment that seems so uncontrollable sometimes. The second stream of thoughts is like a stream of categorization where it's like, I like this and I don't like that. Like, wow, that's a weird looking dog. Or this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Again, these are all attempts of your brain to control things and keep things safe. So what you want to do is just start to become aware of some of these thoughts that are happening. Even if one of the thoughts is, I don't know what Dr. Nate is talking about? I don't have a voice in my head. That's the voice we're talking about right now. If you're just still for a minute, usually your brain will like go a little quieter, kind of like a kid getting caught sneaking a cookie out of the cookie jar. But then if you get it a second, it'll be like, and you'll hear these thoughts again. You'll hear these commentary. All you need to do on step 1 of reprogramming, getting rid of this computer virus, is just be aware of what's going on. That first step can be a powerful thing. And know that it is not you. Know that it's separate from you. It's just like food being processed in your stomach. So just practice recognizing on what's going on, and you don't have to worry about it. It's just a natural function, like your lungs breathing, your skin sweating, right? So if you do this, next time we'll talk about a proven method for helping you deal with some of these mental interferences, and one of the most surefire methods for eliminating that interference long term in your life and in racing, so that you can run your fastest times and live your best life. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.